Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Pikmin. Last time we had a bit of a rough one in the old submerged castle with the water wraith, and with mostly electricity was the problem as much as the water wraith was, but we did manage to get every treasure there. We lost a not insubstantial number of blues, but well, we're still at 99 overall, is still pretty good. This time we come to the Valley of Repose, and actually I do really want to try and finish off everything in the Valley of Repose today, if we can. So I'm going to take out a bit of an array of Pikmin. Good one. We've got 3, I think, treasures to get here on the Overworld, and then we have got 1 more cave to do here. And I'm hoping to do all of that in one day, but that does rely on a certain level of efficiency, which I can't necessarily rely upon. So we're just going to start by killing these guys. They're not hugely a problem, but this is the main route back for treasures from deeper in the level. So I want to take these guys out first without incident, and then just basically, weirdly, a load of treasures will actually come down from over there. That's like a one-way route that I talked in my previous episode about that kind of the web that Pikmin follow around a level, and the web for certain parts comes over there, and if they go past that, Bulbob, he has a good time. Anyway, I'm actually going to put the speeder on here, and what I'm going to do is, there's a lot of enemies around here, and there is an armoured cannon beetle larva. There's the red one, whose shots home in towards us. And I'm going to use him for, well, actually there's 2 of them. I'm going to use them for as much murder as I can, because the fewer Pikmin I can get involved in fights, the happier I will be, and I will just try and kill as many enemies as I can with these 2. I don't know why sometimes it doesn't do full damage, as you will have seen on that guy. There's a watery blowhog up to the north who I'm going to ignore, because that's the only thing that's really up there is the way towards the subterranean complex, which we're not going to because we've already done the subterranean complex. And this cloaking burrow knit is a bit harder to hit because you have to hit it not in the shell, but we actually managed it there pretty well. And then when we're done, we can actually try and get these what are they called? Get these dudes to hit each other. Which is particularly good, and they can actually, because these ones fire shots that home in, we can actually also get them to kill themselves. So technically everything that's an enemy here can be taken out by them, which is wonderful. And just really minimises the potential loss of Pikmin, especially some of the important ones like purples, to me at this stage. So, there we go. Now with that all dealt with, we want to split everyone into kind of 2 main teams. We want the reds and the purples to go with 1 captain. Oh, apparently with both captains. That's a lie. So you guys can go with Olimar, and then the president will take the rest in just a second. So we've got 3 treasures to get on the Overworld, and they're not terrible, but they just require a bit of planning to get. So if we come over here, there is, I'm going to prepare my purples and make sure they're ready. There is a puffy blowhog, a withering blowhog even, which hopefully, if I can get enough things on it, he will sink to the ground, and then, balls. Angles were wrong, but fortunately he hasn't actually attacked me, which is great. If we can get some purples on him, they weigh him down very easily, but there we go. Another case of less is more in the Pikmin world. This can be a real bastard. At the top of this hill is a green armoured cannon beetle larva. So, but these are called armoured cannon beetle larva, and the other one we dealt with earlier is called a decorated cannon beetle larva, is the difference there. But this guy can be a bit difficult to deal with just because we're going up this... I don't know whether you can tell or not, but we're basically slipping back down this slope. It's a bit of a bugger. But the treasure is here. On top of this snowman's head, there is a crown. And hopefully this game is going to be nice to me. There we go. It can sometimes be a bit difficult whether you actually get that down or not. Sometimes it's like, oh no, I'm going to get stuck. Do you remember that happened with the cannon beetle larva back in... It wasn't a subterranean complex. Was it a subterranean complex? I can't remember. But either way. So that'll actually take a while to get back, because it's a relatively hefty treasure, even with that many Pikmin on it. So what we want to do in the meantime is we've got the blues and the yellows, which are our remaining business. We've basically got a treasure to get with the blues and a treasure to get with the yellows. We've also, you may have noticed over there, is the way... Actually, I should probably deal with that. There is the way through to the cave that we want to deal with. Let's put all the purples on that, at least just to get that moving. And then, so this gate here, bridge. If we start unrolling this is the way through to the cave that we're going to be doing later on this episode. So let's put them on that. So here, we want to split into two parts, and I want to take the blues with me. So first off, we've got a lot of water dumples to take care of, 3 of them specifically, who will just, clearing them out quicker will make our life so much easier here. You'll notice at the top is a fiery bulbax, and as is often the case here, we are underwater, which is the game's way of saying, hey, I'm giving you a fiery bulbax, but you can't, no matter what you try, you can't fight it with reds because that's the kind of game this is. I'm going to try and catch up with that crown that's going over there and get the remainder of these dudes onto it. Now we have unlocked the way over to that cave. Wonderful, there we go, everyone's on it. Oh, is he... Are they on it, or are they on the... No, I don't get on the fucking blow hog. There we go, get everyone on that. Brilliant, halfway through the day, bags of time. Absolutely bags of time. Genuinely, that's not me trying to convince myself of anything. Right, so I'm going to leave these guys here for now. And I want to get the attention of this guy. So you go, hit him in the face, and he'll come over. Like in the submerged cavern, what we want to do is trick him into the water. He won't want to go into, but will if we trick him. And then we want to get everyone on him while he's frozen. Again, if he's frozen while he's not been quenched, then he will continue to be on fire, and you will not be able to attack him, which is bad for everyone. He's released a treasure, which is also on the way back. Our final treasure is up here. We want to move to the top of this slope and throw Pikmin up there. Only yellow Pikmin can make this throw, and you'll notice they slide down there to that weird carved statue of a bear. We don't need the full 30 we've got here. 25 I think will do, but this can be a bit of an RC one, so hopefully they will all slide down and get it. Oh, all but a couple. Cool, and that gets that moving back. Brilliant. We've actually got everything moving here, which is wonderful. So I suppose now it's just a case of speeder and, well, even speeder, let's just cut until these treasures arrive. So, first one here is this large crown, which, as you can imagine, is worth a significant amount of money, 120 quid, and this is the Unspeakable Wonder. Next up, the Whittled Bear, which is for 160 quid, more than the Unspeakable Wonder, which surprisingly, the Fossilised Ursidae, which is Latin for bear, and then finally, the blues are carrying... this pocket watch, a Nintendo brand pocket watch, apparently the Temporal mechanism. Wonderful, right, let's return, so I'm going to return the yellows to their hole, and I'm going to basically, I want to get out the right number of Pikmin for the upcoming cave, but I also, you'll notice I loosened this blue 10, which I want to take back to the blues just because the blues had a bit of a rough time, let's be honest, last time in the submerged castle, so I want to give them a bit of a kick. Oh, called them off it too quickly, didn't I there? I wanted to try and get them. What the? Come back, there we go. Cool. We'll actually leave what blues there are here in the ground, because I think they'll probably, hopefully, flower by the time we get back. Maybe not with the amount of time we've got. But anyway, we want a number of Pikmin in total. We want 25 reds. Depositing everyone is great to ensure that you get flowers back out 100%. We don't need a huge number of yellows. We only need 15 yellows. Then we need 15 blues, but again, I want to take these ones because then they'll be flowered, definitely. And then you want the special Pikmin. Oh, nope, not that. So then we don't need many whites at all. I'm not even sure if there is any buried treasure here, but I think there might be potentially a few poison traps, but we also get Bulbmen in this next cave. And we need quite a few purples, an alarming amount, actually. Have I miscalculated this somehow? Interesting. Or maybe it's those blues in the floor that have made me miscalculate it. In my party, 25, 20... Oh, didn't realise I was this close to the numbers on it. Right, so we need to deposit all of those blues. We'll deal with them in a second. So, no special blues for us, but at least we get, what, 10 blues from bringing the thing back anyway. We need 25 purples. Oh, it's a lot of flowered purples, at least. And then, finally, we need 15 blues. Nope, that was 25. Oh, I'm stupid. I really am. So those ones would have been fine to stay in the ground, wouldn't they? I don't know. I've bamboozled myself. But anyway, well, let's head back over to that cave, which we'll get to just before the end of the day. You'll notice everyone, by the way, is singing the Pikmin theme tune. Because, yes, the treasureometer has gone grey. We've got every Overworld treasure in the Valley of Repose, which is great. We've just got to clean up one more cave and make sure we get everything in it, which is today tomorrow and the next day's task. Those aren't days, obviously, but those are episodes, because we've got 3 more episodes in here, because that's how I'm splitting the cave up. And then I'll talk following this about how I'm going to edit caves from now on. Yet another cave discovered. Venturing to the farthest reaches has proved rewarding. You may be tired of walking, but nope, just one more leap remains. Now, go get that treasure. So, this is the final cave in the Valley of Repose, Frontier Cavern, which has all of the threats and 15 treasures. Down we go. So, immediately on this first level, there's a few things to be on the lookout for. When you touch these bushes, sometimes a doodlebug comes out of them. Do you remember that little bug? There we go, that runs around farting. Once you see these guys, throw Pikmin on them as soon as you can. Yes, you will probably get poisoned. Oh, do we really get a reminder of poisoning again? This is worth it, because you can always whistle Pikmin off being poisoned. Hitting a doodlebug multiple times is really powerful. I will whistle everyone back with my slightly dodgy Wii remote pointing. Come on, you're not going to make me lose Pikmin to that, are you? And there we go. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, bad times. Bad times have been had by me. Right, shit. We've lost some purples there already. Oh, fuck. Right, okay, I focused completely unduly on the doodlebugs, and as such, so you hit a doodlebug a couple of times and some purple spray will drop out of it. That's pretty cool. Is that worth losing 12 Pikmin already on the first thing? We've got some more purple spray, which is great, but I'm worried that I lost a significant number of my purples. Let's see. You fuck off. 20. I lost 5 purples. Fuck! That's bad. That's a really bad start to the cavern. Do I restart? No, I don't restart, because that's not what we do here at the Infamous Gentleman. Quite frankly, we proceed on like blind fools. So you'll notice the treasurometer is reacting quite strongly to in here. There is another doodlebug. This one is, I believe, has treasure in it. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, apparently not. Cool. I thought it was reacting the treasurometer, but it was not. Jesus Christ, I'm having a really bad time with these doodlebugs. Where's he gone? Oh, he's there. This went so much easier when I practiced this, you know. Come on, man. Or is this a third doodlebug? This is, because they normally only, they emit spray 3 times, and then they fall. They always emit the same thing. 3 nectars, then a blue spray, then another blue spray. As I say, having all of these blue sprays for free is great, but I've lost a disturbing number of Pikmin on this first floor alone. And it's fine, because the Frontier Cavern isn't a very difficult one. Oh no, wait, it's awful! And one of the harder ones in the game. So hopefully, I was going to say hopefully that won't come back to bite me, but it's already bitten. I've already lost 5 purples, which is terrible. It really is. So, all the treasures on this floor are buried, and so can only be discovered by white Pikmin. And I think they might, I guess it's put it in here, then? There we go, yeah. That's really evil, hiding a whites-only treasure in there. But if we get enough people, hopefully once it's enough emerged, well, if I dismiss the Pikmin, then when enough of it is emerged, they will all start working on it. There we go. Cool. There's a kind of red gem thing which is going back now, and I'll just clear the rest of the area. I guess some of it's going to be. I got just really bad time with that. Of the doodlebug ran straight into the area that. So there are always 2 spotted bulbs on top. Not on top of each other. That's the whole point. There's always 2 on this sub level. They are not always directly on top of each other. Did these 2 purples survive the massacre from earlier? I will check the numbers for sure once I've killed these bulbs. But I think they may have done. If that brings us up to 22, yes, okay, cool. I'm actually much happier now, because that means I only lost 3 purples. All other colours of Pikmin are unfortunate but losable, whereas purples are the worst. You'll notice again over here, the treasurometer is your friend here. I only brought 5 whites, which may bite me in the ass in the long run, but you only need 1 white to uncover a buried treasure that way. So yeah, so it's really not worth bringing more than that, and all of these purples are worth it for the stun locking and for the carrying and everything that really does make purple Pikmin fantastic. Right, once this bauble is returned, then we will be good to head down. Where, remind me, is the output? Over there. Cool, wonderful. Right, there's the bauble. So this, for 100 quid, is the essential furnishing, and indeed it is at the festive season, which this currently is not. This is the spooky season, actually. Today is the 1st of October, and it does sadden me there isn't like a Halloween themed cave or anything like that, but you know, there we go. Anyway, with this floor done, downstairs we go. Now, this is a rather straightforward floor, this one, because it has a lot of cannon beetles on it, and we all know what that can be used for successfully. So I will put the speeder on whilst I try to utilise the decorated cannon beetles to their most terrible extent. I think, yeah, in this one, like, there are still a fair few bulbs around, but actually, if anything, dwarf bulbs are easy to take care of. Actually convincing the armoured cannon beetles to kill themselves is a much better usage of your time. Right, let's clean up some of these corpses in the first instance. You've seen the only 2 treasures on this floor. There's nothing buried on this floor. They're actually all just kicking around the place, but I can now relax a little bit, because we've had the fucking water wraith, which is the only case in this game in which you have anything that remotely resembles a timer on the floors, that you have a 5-minute timer before that fucker appears. Now we can be a bit more careful again, so I'm going to, I'm not going to use the speeder yet, but this is what I'm going to do on future caves, so I just need to prepare for it, but basically I haven't, I work out my timings in these beforehand, and my timings on when I end levels here still, for this portion of the game, relies on me kind of talking through everything that I am doing, whereas eventually it won't in the next set of caves. There won't be any of that, but instead, all of my timings will be assuming that I speed through things. So here, for example, while I'm talking, I would have just been speeding through everything, which I'm actually going to do anyway. Look at that, I lied. Right, treasures, please. So, first off, this Christmas shoe is the icon of progress. And then this present for 60 quid is the Joy Receptacle, which is a wonderful name. And I spat on the microphone, it's how wonderful it was. You're going to take forever to make it back, so I'm just not going to bother. Let's head down to the 3rd level. So right away, we see an interesting thing on this level, which is a Bulbmin, which wants to be a relatively high priority because getting baby Bulbmin is great. So let's switch to our purples and stunlock this thing. Take that out nice and quickly, and hoover up the babies. Cool! So we now have some Bulbmin, which is always great. There's a spotty Bulbear going around, and I tend to take these out fairly carefully. That is, I'm going to use a burp-based approach. They tend to patrol around, as you can see. I'm going to lure it over here just so it's out of the way of that fire, and then burp. Nice thing about the burp is that gives me obviously a good opportunity to attack and kill it, but also it absolutely prevents even the necessity to bring it back in time before its body resurrects, because that can't happen if we burst it. It had a treasure inside it for 120 quid, the Danger Chime, which is a great name, and then we've got these other little dudes as well, which we've pretty much killed at this point. Why were you guys attacking that thing? Ugh. Right, let's bring all these back in, and let's use my yellows. I think I have a decent number of yellows. Ugh. I actually want to try and squit this guy rather than get in the... There we go, cool. Right, let's whistle everyone back. I had some bad times with these electric gates down in the submerged castle, and I'm still a little traumatized, quite frankly, so... Sorry, yellows there. Though obviously Bulbmin will work as well, because they are immune to electricity, because, as I say, Bulbmins are perfect Pikmin. Every single thing you can imagine that's good is good with them. It's great, right. That guy's been squitted. Fun fact, the thing I talked about earlier that, like a few episodes ago, that purple Pikmin when they kill a Bulborb by like squitting them, where they land on top of them, they like ride their jugular down, like hold on to them. That's also literally only purple Pikmin that do that. If you squit a Bulborb with a normal colour Pikmin, they don't do that. Squitting, by the way, absolutely not a real term. It's a term my brother came up with when we played this game. In case anyone is wondering, by the way. Okay, so first off, new treasure here. This candle, which is worth 75 quid and has the great name of the Fleeting Art Form, which is slightly poignant. But yes, I do still intend to do the multiplayer challenge mode and two-player battle with my brother as the bonus episodes of this. Unfortunately, coronavirus restrictions have kicked in once again in the United Kingdom. My brother lives up in Scotland. I am almost a free burp, excellent. I am not going to be able to see him for quite some time, possibly until Christmas, possibly until after. So those episodes, whilst they will happen, are delayed a fair bit. So they won't happen, I strongly suspect, at the end of this series as I meant them to, because neither of us can travel up to see the other, really, which is sad, but that is the way things are. Right, we've got, there's a poison thing here, which I want to get some my whites on, and actually Bulbmin works well for that. It's kind of cute the sounds Bulbmin make when they're like, meh. They are adorable little creatures, and I always feel bad that you have to you basically just kill them or abduct them and then leave them in a cave, which, the more thought you give to that, the more horrific it gets, quite frankly. You'll notice, even though we're only on the third floor even, there is a Geyser, I've always said. Both Geyser and Geyser sound wrong to me for different reasons. But while the whites dig that up, we will take out this dwarf bullbear here, and then I think we're basically done with this floor. I think there's certainly not any more treasure, obviously. No, cool. Right, once they dug that up, we'll put the speeder on, and then we will head down once it's done. So here for 100 quid is the Gemstar husband. And I believe that's us done for this floor. Wonderful. And so we're going to hold the episode there. So thank you very much for watching. And I hope you'll join me next episode for delving deeper into the Frontier Cavern. Thank you very much, and good day.